In the 60s and 70s, more than 100 recycling stations were constructed in the United States by the commune movement. In that time, these community initiatives were portrayed as a bunch of foolish and idealists. Today, recycling has turned into an ordinary mainstream practice in many parts of the world. So, is there anything we can learn from the social innovations developed by the civil society? What waste prevention practices driven by ordinary citizens can lead the way towards a more sustainable and inclusive society? The current level of food waste equals about 1/3 of all food produced in the world today. This is a waste of resources, which in turn leads to emissions of greenhouse gases and contributes to the global climate change. Furthermore, a world with a growing overpopulation and challenged by its food security cannot afford to produce food waste. All over the world, community-driven initiatives such as food sharing networks, food rescue parties, or solidarity fridges have emerged to address the challenge of providing food a purpose and collect food as the one that you're seeing in these pictures. In Gothenburg, Sweden, the Solidarity Fridge was created in 2016 as a citizen-driven initiative collecting and redistributing food about to expire from grocery stores, bakeries, etc. The Solidarity Fridge creates awareness and knowledge about food waste, contributes to reduce the environmental footprint of the city, and provides with food to people who need it. Bruno is one of the co-founders that you can see in this video, and he was inspired by the food movement in a visit to Germany. Then he shared his idea in the Sustainability Week event organized by the city of Gothenburg. In the public, an employee of a grocery store picked up his idea, and that is how everything started. Today, there are more than 6 hubs in the Gothenburg region with hundreds of weekly users. The idea has also spread out to other cities in Sweden.
And you see that it's marked with the logo. So it's the fridge room and that is the freezer.
Oh, it's cold.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the first day for Sarah. She has recently arrived from Germany, where she was also part of a food sharing network. Bruno is showing Sarah the procedure to be one of the food savers. After collecting the food from grocery stores, it is transported to the nearest Solidarity Fridge hub.
As a good sort of way of being polite and open and doing it in a very nice way. So, because unfortunately there might
The volunteers collecting and transporting the food have the chance to select first a selection of the products, then the rest of the food sharing community. Most of these activities are happening 3 times a week.
One of those, please.
Yeah, okay. There's many here.
Yeah, that one. Yes. Or the
You want spaghetti?
I love spaghetti, of course, yeah.
This is ordinary, or this is with fruit.
Participants in these movements are usually driven by different rationales. Many need materially the food, an economic supplement to their economies, either because they are students, retirees, unemployed. Yet this economic rationale is very often blended with environmental and social motivations.
We have in Austria, let's say, subculture of dumpster divers. A few of them, most of them are students. And we also have a thing called, I think it's food savers or something like that. And I think it's really a great thing to do. We not only that we help lower the waste of good products. It's also good for the environment, and it's good for your budget.
Yeah.
So I can totally recommend it.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, so who are you? Why or what are you doing here?
Well, we come to pick up some food that is about to go to waste or is that is already out of the market. So we come and we wait and we get it for free.
So that was good. It was a good initiative. I think it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Instead of wasting the food, they just give it to people that really need it. I think it's worth it.
And we give it a purpose.
Yeah, of course. And it helps us a lot because we are just like working, so we don't have that much time to. So we are just super thankful for the opportunity to be here, you know.
So nice. And then how did you learn about this place? How did you learn about the Solidarity Fridge?
For me, I was in Copenhagen first, so there was this similar thing called food sharing. So I already knew that these kind of things were happening. So when we came here, we dig into it, and between Argentinian people also got the word of the place. So we came and we started coming.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. I just know this place by coincidence because one day I was walking and I just saw, the line. So then I just asked the people what it's about and I started here.
The success of the Solidarity Fridge relies on the simplicity of its very idea. It is organized on the basis of volunteer work, with very few rules that are easily reproduced. Despite collecting food waste from private stores and contributing to the city goal of food waste reduction, the Solidarity Fridge is not paid for these services. The only resource they need is a space, usually provided by housing associations or civil society organizations. Finding space in central parts of the city can be, however, challenging. In central Gothenburg, one of the largest Solidarity Fridges was recently closed, as the place will be very soon teared down to make room for a new high-end urban development. Local governments can easily forget that a city is more than shops and services. Neighborhoods and their residents also need common spaces, non-commercial areas, and room to socialize and be creative. Because it is in many of these citizen-driven socio-environmental innovations that we can find already the solutions for the necessary ecological transition from below.